Did we see the final game with Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope? It sure does sound like it. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for June 27th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel Vigil.
Yes, the NBA draft happened last night, and there should be some excitement around who the Nuggets picked. And I promise we will get into that. But it feels like the biggest storyline coming out of Nuggets yesterday is Calvin Booth speaking on KCP. And it seems like he's already said his goodbye. Essentially, here's the quote. We're going to break it down into 3 different pieces. He goes on to think, I think we have to look at everything in the nature of free agency is that he is unrestricted. So we can try being the word right there, to bring him back. And if he doesn't want to come back or choose to go somewhere else, that's his prerogative and we'll have to work with that. The one thing that I find to be very interesting is so we can try. It's not we have tried, it's so we can try. And I do think that there is something to that. Next part of the quote. I think we're prepared to like plug and play, so to speak. I think we look at some of the teams that have been good in the past. They have to find a way to replace 4th and 5th starters, 6 men off the bench, and still keep rolling. Okay, well, you kind of tried to do that with Bruce Brown, and it didn't end up working. So now we're going to try and do that with your 5th man in KCP, the best defensive player on your team. Don't really like that. Next part of the quote. It'll be nice if KCP is back. They have a lot of continuity together. And I think all in all, the stuff I've looked at, the lineup and stuff and everything, Christian Braun is one of the best net rating guys in the league, as is KCP. So I think if he has to step into the starting lineup, like probably projected, I think, we'll be okay if KCP doesn't return. Like probably projected. Did that mean you're telling me that he's not coming back? And that Saturday we're going to learn that KCP is going to explore other options? I don't know how to feel about this. There's a lot to dive into. And again, the we can try portion of it, not we've tried. I feel like there's some honesty in that entire quote right there. So I think Nuggets Nation, we kind of have to be prepared that KCP will not be in a Nuggets uniform next year. I don't know if it has to do with money. I don't know if it has to do with KCP not wanting to return. I don't know, but I think we've seen the final game, but the starting 5 of Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and KCP. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments, because me, personally, I think I'm a little heartbroken. We'll move on to the future now, because obviously we had the NBA draft last night, and the Nuggets trade up from number 28 to number 22 with the Suns to get Holmes II, a center out of Dayton. Exciting stuff. He was the 2023-2024 Athletic 10 co-player of the year. He was averaging 20.4 points per game, 55% field goal shooting, 8.5 rebounds per game, and 2.1 blocks per game. Very versatile scorer. And even Calvin Booth had some nice things to say about why they moved up for him. Take a listen.
He's been a pretty prominent prospect for the last couple of years, but I think the jump he took in skill and making a three-point shot took him to a different level as a prospect. And I think I just like guys that have to carry the load for their team. And they won a lot. He played many different defenses that tried to shut him down. And he has a lot of experience under pressure situations. Can play both sides of the ball. I just talked to the altitude people and told them probably I think his defense will be better at this level. I think he had to carry a heavy load for that team, had to worry about getting in foul trouble. So there'll be times when you watch whether live or on tape where you're like, all right, can he really guard? But I expect that to be better at this level when he has less responsibility. And I think offensively he just has so many outs as a player. He can pass, he can shoot. He can catch in tight spaces and make plays and make the little touch shots that Joker makes. So I think the guy just has a lot of game.
What did the Nuggets give up to get Holmes? Well, like I said, the Nuggets moved up to number 22, where they originally were number 28. So the Suns got the number 28 picks. They also got the number 56 picked in this year's draft, and then 2 future seconds as well. So the question really becomes now is, you moved up to get this. You gave away your 2nd round pick, Michael Malone. You have to play the guy you traded for, right? We'll end up seeing. But another interesting fun fact is Holmes, he will get free nuggets for a year from Wendy's. All right, Wendy's, I love you for this. They end up tweeting this yesterday. And even before the draft started, they had a tweet that essentially went out and was like, whoever gets drafted by the Nuggets tonight is getting free nuggets for a year. They end up tweeting at Holmes on achieving your lifelong dream and also being drafted to the NBA, a year's worth of saucy nuggets coming at you. So Holmes, of course, responds and he's like, what? So I'm supposed to get free sauces or something from Wendy's, and Wendy's responds, sauces on nugs equal saucy nugs for a year. So, hey, you sign in the NBA, you're going to make up a lot of money, but you're also going to get free nuggets for a year. I hope he comes out to a Wendy's here in the Mile High City and immediately goes to Wendy's and is like, give me some of those nuggets, because I think that's pretty fun. And I love that Wendy's, it's keeping it interesting, okay? Good job by their social media team. Now, we did have some other names that people are going to recognize here in the Mile High City that ended up getting drafted. Cody Williams with the number 10 pick in the NBA draft. The Utah Jazz selected him. Congratulations. He's the younger brother of Oklahoma City's Jalen Williams. And given the Jazz a wing prospect with considerable upsides, obviously he dealt with some injuries this past year, but he is a long-armed, versatile wing who can shoot. He is 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan, just massive. So it was exciting for him to be able to see that. Obviously, excellent measurements for an NBA forward, but then also he was the first freshman drafted from Colorado in history of the program. So congratulations from him. And then we got the name on the other side, Tristan DeSilva, with the number 18 overall pick in the first round of the 2024 NBA draft. He goes to the Orlando Magic. DeSilva averaged 16 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game, and shot 39.5% from three in his senior season at Colorado. The 6'8" forward earned all Pac-12 honors twice in his collegiate career. So congratulations to both of them. Very exciting stuff. There's obviously some names still on the board. I'm waiting to see if Isaiah Stevens out of Colorado State will hopefully get drafted. Today may be his day. So just exciting things overall over there with the draft. And it was so much fun to watch and see everybody get so excited about who the Nuggets picked, but also seeing everybody over there supporting everyone up in Boulder. So again, congratulations to them. And we'll move on to the NFL now. Roll that transition. So a Texas judge is dismissing a sexual assault lawsuit against Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. The judge officially dismissed the lawsuit yesterday and scheduled a hearing for later this year to determine if any action should be taken against Prescott's accuser. Prescott's attorney said the original lies told by the accuser, her team, and her recent failed attempt to sue him civilly are all just a continuation of their extortion plot against Dak. These ploys distract from the trauma of legitimate sexual assault survivors and undermine the progress that our society has made in supporting them. In other bad news, NFL wide receiver Randall Cobb and his family, they are lucky to be alive after escaping a house fire on Tuesday night. Cobb's wife wrote on Instagram that a Tesla charger caught fire in their garage and quickly spread, but they were able to get out wearing nothing but the clothes on our back and no shoes on our feet. The full extent of the damage to the house is unclear at this point. Cobb is currently a free agent after spending the 2023 season with the New York Jets. Obviously, we send our condolences to their entire house and to their entire family after such a horrific incident, of course, and hopefully and happily everybody is okay. We will move on now to the AFC West because Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce and his wife are in debt for millions of dollars, connecting to some bad investments in car dealerships. Per The Athletic, Pierce's wife Jocelyn fired for bankruptcy earlier this month, with the couple subject to $28 million in judgments. Court documents indicate that Nissan and Hyundai lenders tried to garnish Pierce's wages with the Raiders. 45-year-old Pierce took over as interim head coach partway through the season last year and earned the permanent job after going 5-4 in the team's final 9 games. So very interesting. I'll keep you guys updated on what ends up happening there. Of course, I feel like this is the main storyline, but obviously we look at NFL coaches and NFL players and for a lot of the money that they end up making. So it's interesting that this is all kind of being connected back to some dealerships as well. So now let's head on over to the Olympics. Like I said, roll that transition. So the U.S. women's national team revealed its Olympic roster on Tuesday with one shocking omission. Alex Morgan was left off the 18-person roster and will miss the Olympics for the first time since 2008. In a statement, Morgan said she was, quote unquote, disappointed but about not having the opportunity to represent our country on the Olympic stage, but looking forward to supporting this team and cheering them on alongside the rest of our country. I love the LFG at the very end of it. The U.S. women's team obviously has included big names like Lizzie Horan, Crystal Dunn, and there's just a ton of other different names. But for the fact that Alex Morgan, a name known by so many young women, and honestly, I feel like just people in general here in the United States of America, not having her out there is going to be pretty crazy. I'm glad that she's willing to cheer. And of course, she releases that statement. I'm sure a little heartbroken that she will not be out there, but it's the next generation that we have to look forward to. So congratulations to everybody that did end up getting named. The Paris Olympics obviously get underway on July 26th. It's going to be here before we know it, everybody. So get ready for that. Now, another thing going on with the Olympics that's very, very unique. NBC announced that an AI recreation of Al Michaels' voice will be part of Peacock's Olympic coverage. The feature will be implemented for your daily Olympic recap on Peacock, which will provide fans with a customized playlist featuring highlights of the events for most relevant to them each day. So each compilation will feature clips from NBCU's Olympic coverage and be narrated by a high-quality AI reincarnation of Michaels' voice, trained from his past experiences on NBC to match his signature expertise. What are we even talking about here? The fact that Al Michaels signed on to this and said, sure, use my voice. I don't want to go out there. I'm sure he's getting a nice paycheck. Let's be completely real. What is going on? AI has just taken over. I find this to be the strangest thing ever. And I don't know. There's something so personable about having somebody actually there and giving you that recap. Like, could you imagine if I was just sitting here and it was just an AI reading of my voice right now? How weird would that be? I feel like they're missing that human like development and human communication and just human everything about it. Just being able to sit and talk and, I don't know, connect with different people. I find this to be so weird and strange. And I'm really going to be interested to like figure out if we can actually tell that it is AI. Like, is it going to mess up on certain things? Humans, of course, have errors. I have errors all the time on this show, but I feel like you guys know I'm human. So if it's just AI, just so strange. And yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, I guess when the Olympics get here, we'll see what ends up happening, but it's just very, very strange. And we'll move on to hockey next. Roll that transition. So the National Hockey League announced today a series of rule changes for the 2024-2025 season. These rule changes were unanimously approved by the league's board of governors, the NHL general managers, and the NHLPA competition committee. So NHL hockey operations will work on the precise rulebook language over the coming weeks, but to be honest, nobody needs that precise language anyways, but here's an overview of the changes. So there's Rule 38.2, situations subject to coach's challenge. A coach's challenge now will be permitted to take down a penalty for puck out of play. This will only apply to a delay of game penalties where the puck is determined to have a deflection off of a player, stick, glass, or board, and not on a judgment call on how the puck left the defensive zone. In the event of a failed challenge, another 2-minute minor penalty will be assessed. So I find this to be a little interesting. Again, I think that this is going to actually be really beneficial to the game. So I like this one. And then we've got Rule 63.8, the line change following dislodged net. There will be an adjustment to Rule 63.8 so that the defensive team cannot make a line change in the event its goaltender accidentally dislodges the net. Love this rule. Next one, 76.4, face-off procedure, centers. Following an icing, the offensive center also now will receive one warning, same as the defensive player for face-off violation. It only seems failed to do this. And then the last one we got, unsportsmanlike conduct, players sitting on the boards. I'm surprised this one is just coming into effect because I feel like we see this pretty often. But the referee now will provide the offending team, coach and players, with one warning regarding players sitting on the boards and will so advise the other team as well. After one warning in a game, the teams participating in the warning will be issued a bench minor penalty for future violations. So yeah, I'm like, why are we even sitting on the boards, to be completely honest? I get it. You got to get off there fast, but I actually do really like this rule as it comes into play as well. Yeah, okay. Hockey rules. We're happy about them. I feel like these are all good things, so we can't really complain too much, but you guys, you always know. For the last story of every single day, I like to do a fun one. So let's roll into that one because it is a pretty good rule. I'm not going to lie with you. Patrick Mahomes. He has appeared in countless commercials over the year, but his latest ad is one we will not be seeing anytime soon. The Chiefs quarterback has filmed a quote-unquote secret ad for Coors Light that will be placed in a time capsule and won't be seen until after he retires. Yeah, you heard me say that right. Until he retires. Who knows when that's going to be? NFL rules prohibit players from promoting alcohol, but Coors Light found a workaround by literally burying the ad until, quote unquote, someday in the future when Mahomes finally has permission to promote beer. Mahomes does appear in a 2-minute YouTube video in which the commercial filming is stopped by a producer who goes over the NFL rules. The time capsule burial ceremony will stream live on YouTube this coming Friday. I'm like, of course they found a workaround. I think that this is hilarious that they're going to put it in a time capsule. What a way to still create conversation without him actually getting in trouble for doing the, for promoting Coors Light. So I'm kind of here for it, to be completely honest. I think it's a really good job by Coors Light. Again, Patrick Mahomes, he's popular right now, so you might as well do it. How interesting is it going to be if he retires in 10 years, whatever it's going to be. And then all of a sudden we're seeing young Patrick Mahomes. And it's just going to be so weird, I think. I don't know. It's going to be cool. It's going to be weird. Obviously, we're talking about a time capsule, so there is going to be difference. So I think that there's more to this story than we're being led on to believe, but I think it's really cool that they are still, going over everything, and you can still watch the burial of the time capsule this Friday. So want to get to your things, your comments. All right. Booth should keep the fans happy by keeping KCP so he can get his GM contract renewed next year with another championship. Wow, you're kind of speaking exactly what I want to say right now. I do not think that fans are exactly happy with Calvin Booth because of them letting Bruce Brown go, which they could never have kept him anyways. So he gets blamed for that. But everybody told him, go after veterans last year. And of course, they went very young, and that kind of burned the Nuggets this time around. So keep KCP. Do whatever you can do to keep KCP. That is what they absolutely need. Oh, hopefully they can figure out something. But to be honest, I think my heart's already broken a little bit, and I just don't see it happening anytime soon. This is the last year of the Nuggets court anyways. CBA really hurts the Nuggets. The CBA, of course, hurts any team that has the superpower that the Nuggets do for any of these teams. So, yeah, this is last year. That's why I'm just bring KCP back on a 1-year thing. Pay him whatever he wants to be paid. Your championship window is so small. I feel like we cannot talk enough about this. It is insanely small. We see it with the Avalanche all the time. It is so small. So just pay him whatever you need to. A championship is literally priceless, and call it a day. At just pay him. Just pay him, please. Please, Calvin Booth. Just pay KCP. I feel like he wants to come back here. I feel like he loves Denver. Who doesn't love playing with Nikola Jokic? So please. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. The NHL awards are tonight. Nate can win the Hart tonight. That indeed he can. We'll see. I don't know if I think he's going to win. I feel like Kucherov is probably going to walk away victorious, but I'm really hopeful that, of course, they're going to win. It's always fun. This is a big week, obviously, because we had the NBA draft. We've got the NHL honors tonight. So hopefully he can walk away and win the Hart. If not, I feel like the players could definitely have voted him one of the best in the league too, and we'll find out the voting on all of that stuff. So we'll see how the media is feeling, but it wouldn't surprise me if Kucherov does end up walking away victorious on that conversation. I don't know. Let me know in the comments who you think's going to win. I feel like it is between Kucherov and McKinnon. So hopefully we're talking tomorrow about Nathan McKinnon, but we'll definitely end up seeing. Let's see. I don't know what that comment means, but that's going to do it for our Thursday edition of Denver Sports Daily. Jake Shapiro is joining me on Coffee Break today. He has been on top of everything that you need to know about the Nuggets, you guys. I'm really excited. Like I said, he absolutely killed the game last night for denversports.com with everything he had. So definitely come hang out with us. It's going to be a really good conversation. He was there for Calvin Booth speaking on KCP. I feel like you can always read into some of that stuff. I obviously read into the quote a little bit about the we can try, not we've tried to bring him back sort of stuff. So I'm excited to see how Jake thought that the presser went and what Calvin Booth had to say about KCP. And then also the newest member to the Denver Nuggets. He has to play this right. I sure hope so. And the trade, did it actually hurt the Nuggets in the long run? I don't think so, but maybe Jake has a different opinion. So 12 o'clock, come hang out with us. We will see you guys then. Have a wonderful Thursday. Get back to work, everybody. Bye.